Hey again, YouTube. This is Dr. Jonas Welsh, also known as At11 on City of Heroes on the Union server, and once again joined by my fellow Skype comrades, as it were. We've got Beat, Paige, Rye, and Knight. So, yeah, you can say hi again, guys.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hang on, wait. I'll say hello properly. Hey. There.
Dear God, you have no shame.
Not really.
Apparently not. And I could just simply break the ice and go, "What's going, Jack?
What's cracking, Jack?
What's happening, bitches?" Right. So you've put up with an hour and 25 minutes as wishing on as we do, going through the final arc and Dark Astoria. This one might not take as long, but what we're going to do is we're going to do an arc that's actually from the Mission Architect that I made and was published. And this arc was actually made literally when issue 14 of Mission Architect came out. It has gone through some tweaking over the couple of years that it's been out, but otherwise it's pretty much the story arc itself has remained unchanged. So we're gonna play through that. So Mission Architects, the premise was everyone was able to make their own story arc and publish it for other people to play. Allowed for essentially content gaps to be, solved by just doing other people's arcs. It's unfortunate, obviously, that it kind of got a bad rep in the end for essentially people using it just to make farming maps for leveling up and whatnot and ticket farming and whatnot, which is a shame. But if you looked hard enough, there was enough decent decent arcs out there. But I don't know if anyone's got any comments they want to chime in immediately on MA.
I loved MA. It was a brilliant idea. It was really original. It was like I imagined it as like the devs were sat in a room together and they were bored and they were going, right, we need new content. So what do? We do nothing. What? That's right. We let them decide. We let them do the work, and we let them create their own stories. And while I thought of it that way, as in a comedic way, I kind of just thought of it as they randomly thought of that because they got lazy at one point. It was still an original and awesome idea, and despite that, I do find all of the content and story arcs that the developers did original and awesome. But at the same time, this was a revolutionary idea of the fact that, players could create their own content. It created some abominations, like pandas versus Rikti, but we'll not go into that.
That was amazing.
It was.
The panda's female because she wears pink.
But yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I liked it. So yeah, that's pretty much all.
It was unique. I mean, there wasn't anything when it came out. There wasn't any other MMO at the time that had sort of user created content. Not at least without any sort of external sort of programming. Was there really? Until I think the Forge came in Star Trek Online about last year, wasn't it? So, am I wrong about that, Beat?
I haven't the foggiest.
Yeah, I think that was the case anyway. So, but yeah.
All I do know is the Mission Architect was created by the developers as an internal tool, and as they started making it, they realised, okay, we're making a program which will help us make missions faster and easier, so we can use less manpower on that. Mm-hmm. They realised that if we gave this some fancy UI, we could give this to the players as well. Mm. And they decided, yeah, why not? They might like it. Be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, sure. Anyone's done that? Dunno. Well, we'll find out. And so we got the Mission Architect, and that also allowed the developers to pump out a lot more content a lot quicker.
Yeah. No, I overall I thought it was good. So you had a number of these AE buildings all around essentially hero and villain side, including this one here. We're here in the Rikti Warzone one by virtue of, again, we've got a mixture of hero and villains, so just to allow this to happen. Even though the arc was meant to be hero only, but for all intents and purposes, doesn't really matter so much.
11?
Yep.
Would you like to do a fly around of the building to show how it looks on the outside.
Can do, yep.
Quite. One thing that was brought up quite a lot when the AE buildings were released was how different they were to the architect of the rest of the game, because pretty much every other zone in the game was at least 2 years old, 2-3 years old. So they got in new textures, new models, new everything, made completely from scratch, and it just looked so different when they were put into zones.
As you're saying that, I'm essentially flying to the nearby hospital, which is essentially modelled after every other hospital that's in the game. So essentially old school building. Can't really show you anything else because we're in the Rickety War Zone, everything's in pieces. It's sort
of like fitted the lore for me, because it was like the whole thing was, you know, obviously it was Aeon Corp. It was all done by Dr. Aeon, and it was really hilarious because you would go around the Rogue Isles and you would see all the slums and the wreckage and you know the citizens of the Rogue Isles in hell, and then you would just see this shiny building of, you know, Aeon Architect and stuff, and it was basically like, citizens of the Rogue Isles, this is where your money is going, this is where your slave money is going for all these buildings. I just found it, you know, funny. I'm not shiny building.
I'm not going to go through the door, but in that door there was essentially a quiet area for you to work on your arc building with power suppression turned off. Essentially, your consoles here were where you would load or create your arcs. But in the other room had the consoles to do essentially your work, but essentially out the road of people that would be Spanman powers or this, that and the other.
There would be a librarian in there.
Yeah.
There'd be a librarian. It is a very nice place, and there's a librarian in there.
I know the AE buildings were essentially also. I think the windows had the prototype for what would be Ultra Mode as well, with the sort of reflective windows, weren't there? Before it actually came out properly. I know that they obviously got a lot of that in Praetoria when that was like the following issue after issue 17, which made use of Ultra Mode a lot more. But I know the AE buildings were one that basically used the reflective windows to show off Ultra Mode more so. So yeah, it was a quick fly through. So right, I think we'll head in. And so this was my essentially what you would consider my signature arc. Essentially, I had 3 published, but this is the main one that was essentially level 50. So I'm going to allow time for obviously people watching the video to read the text as well. I'm not going to read it out. I'm not going to read it out to you lot as well, because I think a few of you's already gone through this arc a few times, so know what the story is.
I actually haven't, so okay. I will come up with my own version.
Yeah. Well, you'll be able to see what it all reads like anyway if you watch the video back yourselves over time. So
the story begins at a meth lab.
What is it with you meth labs?
It's not always meth labs.
It is.
No, it's not.
Sometimes it's cocaine.
Sometimes it's cocaine.
This character, by the way, this is Dr. Brian K. Roberts.
Is he in charge of the meth?
No, he was in charge of the Dunelm group, my super group. All my hero characters that you've obviously watched in my Posterity videos, the super group, the Dunelm group, this is the guy that essentially supplied the money and facilities for the group. So Leon Tasker was the guy that would operate all the combat missions and what to do and what not. But Dr. Roberts was the guy that actually ran the money. I do actually have him as a character, playable character as such, but he was forever on level 10 as an archery trick arrow defender.
Because you wanted to keep him like mortal, so to speak, didn't you? You wanted to keep him like
well, I only made him up to level 10 because I wanted him to actually be the one that actually created the Dunelm group in game and forever be the director, even though obviously you know the timeouts always I'm just loading in. Yeah, obviously I would sometimes cock it up with the timeout, you know, obviously the 45-day limit.
I just had the weirdest face at the realisation that Dr. Brian Roberts is basically the Nick Fury of the Dunelm group.
Not quite. The dude is 65-year-old.
I sort of see him as like a mixture between Nick Fury and Professor Xavier in that sense.
I think he was probably more Professor Xavier than anything else, although he just didn't have any powers at all. I mean, that was the thing. He tried to keep away from combat as much as possible.
11, I would just like to say thank you for using one of my favourite maps in the entire game in the first mission. Very nice.
I'll tell you, I wanted this map. I knew I wanted this map immediately for this mission, and for the longest time it wasn't available in MA. And I had to use something else. But I knew straight away when I was coming up with this arc that this was the map I wanted for this particular mission.
Well, I can tell you a story about this map. I mean, Jesus. When they first used this map, it was originally for a demon that was like created by Cray or contained by Cray or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all Cray related, and I found it awesome when I did that arc because it was, you know, all the missions I'd seen before. You know, I sort of got to the point where I'd been playing villains for so long that I thought to myself, well, I've seen everything. Then I walk in here, completely destroyed lab with fire and, you know, demonic footprints on the ground and, you know, walls broken through and
I'm Blaster!
And beats a blaster.
That would be an IO'd out blaster or not?
No.
No.
Not IO'd in the slightest.
I've got 96 billion if you want to IO him out of it.
I got to a point where I had perfect builds for all of my characters, all 50-something of them. But each and every build would have cost me about 4 billion in each.
You should have asked us.
You still have 8 hours.
I've got a build on. I've got a build on Land of the Beast, which basically gives him the survivability of 4.
Should actually point out, yes, so some of us have actually swapped over to other characters from the previous video. So Beat is actually on his signature character, Commander Beat, which is a blaster. What is it? What is it? Energy, wasn't it? Or
energy devices.
Energy devices.
Invisible and super accurate, and I can put down mines, but this team is a bit too fast for that.
Rai stayed on as a mortar. He hasn't actually got any other characters because he deleted all of his signature characters.
Yeah, Asmarata is basically she's my strongest character ever that I've created in this game. So I thought, right, if we were going to record
there's the Untasker
videos. Oh, nice. Ah, very nice. Very military. But yeah, as I was saying, I wanted my strongest character to be doing these videos, and yeah, all the other ones deleted because I'm not going to be playing the game. So
yeah, Knight is on one of his more played characters as well. Dismal was Dismal wasn't exactly your main, was it? But it was the one that was heavily played, wasn't it?
She was built to last. She's a willpower character, and she's IO'd out to kills.
Yeah, it's
my one character that would never fall.
Dark melee. That's your Dark melee willpower, isn't it?
Yes. Down the hole.
Yeah, screw using the lifts. Just use the hole in the floor that's been left by whatever it is that's actually been causing this destruction. We don't know yet.
Actually, yes. 11. Do tell us what has been causing this destruction, or will we find out?
You will find out as the story progresses.
Oh, wonderful.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, I'm not having any spoilers on this one because this is not an arc that everyone's likely to be played.
Okay, seeing as I'm now a detective, Ryrokin, I am going to say that something that could cause this destruction would either be Sarah Palin or Sarah Palin.
Oh, you've given the game away. Yes, the final boss is Sarah Palin.
The game had to call her Hamilton for legal reasons. But you could always tell because of the likeness.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. No, and in June this arc, what you'll find is there'll be cameo from one of my NPCs. So Leon Tasker we've rescued in this mission, and in other missions you will run into I didn't have all of my characters, so Vanu and Torv don't feature because I couldn't fit them in. They weren't even made at the time, actually. when this arc was originally made, I hadn't actually made those characters. So Leon Tasker features in this mission, albeit on one of his older costumes, which is the green military outfit rather than the blue one that I tended to run around with, or it's certainly the one you saw me run around mostly on the Posterity video earlier.
As a costume whore, I prefer him in green. I don't know why.
Well, probably because he's a military guy anyway, so it makes more sense for him to be in green. The only reason I've got like a blue sort of camouflage outfit is because obviously the blue and yellow is the
group's colours.
The group's colours. So although he didn't really have much in the way of yellow because it wouldn't really look very camouflagey. He was standing like a sore thumb.
He would be very well camouflaged in places like Disney World or something, where bright colours are all around.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm playing on as Prince Bishop. I always used to usually play this arc when playing with people, with other people and mates and whatnot. I'd always play as Bishop. It always thematically made sense to play as Bishop, really, as you'll probably see when it transpires what goes on.
Because only Prince Bishop can beat Sarah Palin. Only Bishop can send.
Well, I reckon Torv would actually be excellent against Sarah Palin.
Yeah, I mean, Torv or Bishop are probably the only two people on the planet that can send the Beast back to Alaska.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and.
What happened to the thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make the effort as well to not zoom out and out of missions, and when clues turn up to actually open up my clues tab to allow people that's watching this to read the clues as well.
Hi, Mom.
Because I extensively made the effort. I spent a lot of time making the effort to actually write out the clues as well, just to flesh out the story of this anyway as well. So
that was always like the major deal with these architect stories. You didn't really have enough space to fill out your story entirely in the contact dialogue. So you always had to do clues and NPC dialogue and stuff to all make it flow together, which was really good. If people could come up with interesting and gripping dialogue, and a lot of people did. A lot of people came up with really successful and awesome arcs. Some were, either gripping with action and drama, and then others were, light and comedy as well, but all really well.
I did manage to figure out a way to essentially number the clues, because you get in normal missions in game, the clues would be separated and would only appear for that mission that you were on, and then would essentially disappear as you moved on. In the Mission Architect, all the clues and all the missions would actually stay in the list, which made it very difficult to read through. So I actually managed to figure out how to essentially put numbers at the front so that you could tell from which mission and which part of the mission you picked it up. So I'm just reading through the clue we got from rescuing the scientist there.
It's okay, 11. I'm admiring my bitches.
Ha.
God, I love these pets.
I'm being a blaster.
Okay.
What, have you found more enemies?
Of course, I'm a blaster. Totally okay.
Good bed.
Paige, what's this character that you're on?
Basis Master. A new character, really. But I love the idea of the Psy Dominator.
All side, yeah.
Psy.
Right, I think we're clear that we can move on then. Obviously,
I think that's a good combo.
Travel's obviously going to be minimum because obviously it's all just in MA. Essentially, the way it's supposed to play out lore-wise is this is only meant to be essentially a simulation, essentially interactive. It's basically a giant arcade machine that you get involved with, interactive arcade machine. So.
It was basically on field day when Dr. Aeon was testing this thing out.
Yeah.
He basically walked in, and then the first thing he saw was Pac-Man, and then he went shit, and he had to get out. And it was a terrible, terrible loss.
Probably think X-Men Danger Room, but commercially exported.
Now I want to see a fight between Wolverine and Pac-Man.
Don't think that's gonna. I don't think that would last long.
It would be pretty sweet.
I'm the best at what I do, and what I do is eating dots.
It's the final countdown.
We actually managed to get through like this final countdown of City Hero shutting down without using that obvious reference. Almost managed it. And then Rai goes ahead and spoils it.
Yeah. I could have ruined it even more by seeing the whole thing.
That's about it.
Well, not really. That doesn't.
I always like this little reference. You're also going with another one of my agents, Dolomite. Since we're dealing with Freak Show, might as well fight tanks with tankers. Yeah.
It's a nice little quote there.
Nice.
I think my favourite line that
Dolomite,
I ever did in Mission Architect.
Obviously the Dunelm group and all my characters like Durham based, but Dolomite was the only one that actually had a proper thick northeast accent. Like,
Okay.
aye man, let's go and smash some Freak Show like.
I think the best thing that I've ever typed for Mission Architect was I had a contact, well not a contact, but a NPC who helped you out called Hollowheart. And he was really, really sarky, and you know when you walk away from an NPC and you basically leave them and they say something like, oh I don't know, like, oh I've lost so-and-so and oh come back or something like that. Just as a joke, I decided to put Hollowheart's quote of when he gets out of your range of, oh now I'm lonely. I just decided to, I don't know, just be sarky.
Right, well if you don't see it in one of the upcoming missions, Adam Dennison, my war shade, I thought did something really funny if you left them be.
Why, what do you say?
Okay, what do you want me to spoil it then? If we actually go too far ahead, Adam Dennison, remember he's a war shade, he goes, guys, oh my god! AV with quad gun! Help! And then you run back to him and he's like, ha 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 ha, noob.
Now we have to do it.
That is
Nice one, Mara. Glad to be working with you. Let's go stone us some freaks, man.
Jesus Christ, you typed out the accent and everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was the thing. It used to do people's head in when I RP'd with it. Like, I get private tells, what's he actually saying?
You were doing it right then.
Skype just popped up there. I hope that hasn't ruined Bandicam.
Yeah, my Skype popped up for some reason.
That's how. Right.
I thought that was me.
You probably should have stuck yourself on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, it's still Bandicam's still showing on City Hero, so I'm assuming it hasn't actually broken the recording. So yeah, I think we're fine.
Use it or you will be so gay.
So
Free advertising.
Yeah, so obviously the cameo for this one was Dolomite. He hasn't been left behind again, has he?
Who,
Dolomite. Or is he with us? Oh, there he is, yeah. Yeah, because I would always forever have the problems of him actually running slow like stone tankers potentially could. So I had to make it so that essentially any power that would slow him down just wasn't taken, just so that he could keep up with you. He would still be survivable because he still had storm armor and everything else on, but yeah, it used to do people's head in when I RP'd with Dolomite because they would like say, I don't actually understand like any of the text he's saying. It's like, yeah, but he's from Durham. That's how Durham people talk.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think they would have got as annoyed as I annoyed people with Vincent.
Huh.
Those were the days.
If
Then there
you're
was
speaking
me
of,
with Danny, who had a constantly broken jaw.
Oh God.
Nice.
I could barely understand Danny. I always had to ask you, Jesus Christ, I always had to ask you out of character what he was saying. Actually, we haven't spoken about this Freak map. I actually like this map.
This is the one from the end of the Freak Show war, or the Freak Show game. Sorry.
Oh, so it'll have
Freak
the
Olympics.
the Freak Olympics.
No.
Yeah, the Freak Olympics.
Oh,
Oh,
are you
epic.
sure?
Yeah.
Because there are two similar maps. We'll see, I
Yeah.
guess.
Hopefully it's the Freak Olympics, because that's actually one of my favourite maps. Apparently you...
Yeah,
picked
it is
out
a Freak
all my
Olympics.
favourite
I don't think I ever had this set up so that we actually go right into the final room, though.
maps.
Wait one fucking minute. Confirm freaks are behind the attack. Recover the last body. Interrogate LOL laser.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds genuine. Sounds like a freak name to me.
There's Lol Razor.
Yeah, and it's actually one of the Sonic tanks. Yeah, I purposely made it so that it was one of the Sonic tanks as well.
I was expecting like a Richty freak with LOL laser. I like the Richty freaks. They were cool.
So many different types of freaks.
Yeah.
Especially
Freak Show were a very
Super
popular.
Freak.
Yeah.
You should have
It's a
Super
super
Freak.
freak.
I remember when the Freak Show were actually used in one of the City of Villains trailers when they were just causing anarchy, and then Lord Reckless just kind of showed up and was all like, "Yeah,
This bitch slaps fucking Brackeli Brawl.
All right. The clue. Right. Lol
I'm
lasers.
okay. Totally okay.
oh for God's sake."
Still okay.
Okay, so Beast Sword Suicide.
So you picked up the last body, did you? Obviously. Okay.
We've got a body down here. It's called Beat.
Doing my lad's brow.
Shall we keep going to see what map is this?
Blaster. Reptile.
Actually,
You,
yeah.
you want to see the rest of the map just to show it off? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with that.
It's what the video's all about. So.
Yeah. I'll just show off the two clues from this before we do so.
Don't worry.
I'll catch you up.
I'm gonna. Yeah, this is the Freak Olympics. We're definitely gonna have to show this off.
Okay, so yeah, I obviously picked up the other body on this mission. So there was two bodies to recover. One was from a police officer. So the second one was actually one of the Freak Show, and that wasn't expected.
Don't go to.
There's no mobs around here, so you're cool to come in.
Yeah.
But
Challenge accepted.
Do you find enemies?
I belong here. Paige, I belong here, not you.
Bugger off.
Go
This is
down.
my podium.
No, it's my podium.
Get away.
My podium.
Mine.
Mine.
Yeah. So just to explain, this was actually a unique map that was created for one specific story mission, an arc called the Freak Olympics, where
Mine.
Bitch!
essentially sub-factions of the Freaks were essentially all competing with each other.
I think I'll be competing with Paige in a minute over this fucking podium.
But their games essentially were wrecking the city as a result. So the idea was, you as the hero was here to stop the games from running. And this was the map from the final mission, which was uniquely laid out. Well, essentially the layout was actually exactly the same as a lot of the warehouses, but the contents was uniquely put out. So that's the podium, isn't it, for first, second, and third?
Paige should be on second or third.
The stand here, I think, was the announcer, wasn't
No,
it? The
I
guy
should be
that
third.
was the lead freak show that was essentially like organising and running the thing, wasn't it?
And then you've got the flag of the actual freak show leader over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Drek.
It kind
Yeah.
of looks like it's made out of toilet paper. Trust me.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Right. So yeah, quick little look at that unique map as well for posterity. So there we go.
Nostalgia.
Moving on. Okay, so it was thought that it was the freak show that was causing this destruction, but the freak show say no, it wasn't, because they've been hurt as well. That one of the bodies was a freak show. It was something else entirely. They're blaming Arachnos.
They would
So we
blame
just-
my. They would.
Well,
blame
you see,
my
what they
boys.
saw, what it was, they described as a huge power armor-looking thing that was in red and black. Well, who do you associate with red and black power armor? Arachnos.
That's for her.
Ooh. It is Sarah Palin.
Hey. Actually, no, I've got something better. I've got snowflakes.
Bust. I don't have that. When?
I'll make it.
No.
I'll make it snow.
You make it.
I actually
snow.
made the effort as well to use the colour tags as well to colour some of the text like they do in like normal like regular arcs made by NC, made by Paragon, which referred to, right, there's an EB going to be in this mission, so you know, make sure you bring mates along. So
Like fireworks.
I don't have the firework. Sorry, you leave.
What? You can't make me leave.
Wait, hang on. Moral's here. When did Moral
Maury,
show up?
welcome to you're now being recorded on YouTube. While we're doing
You
stuff.
are.
Yeah, you are.
We are Moral as a collective. You have run in on our YouTube video and you fucked it up with your accent. Congratulations.
Don't be mean.
Yay!
I'm not being mean. I'm just.
Okay. Maury here is another one that was playing City Heroes and then gave it up and went to Champions like a traitor.
Boy, I'm not a traitor.
Yeah, you are.
You know,
Yeah, we're
right,
we're actually just going through my my mission architect, essentially just for recording for posterity, Maury. So
Ah, I see.
yeah. Okay, so yes, we are now dealing with Arachnos.
And for the record page, I wasn't being mean towards Moral. I was being offensive. What's the difference?
He was being racist.
Yes, I was being a fascist.
I'm sorry, I did not know him played the racist here.
Is it because I'm Swedish?
No, wait, it can't be because you're Swedish, because later
Because you're a human.
Yeah.
11! We found 11!
Yes. Yeah, this one has two cameos from my characters. Me, obviously, my main character is one of them. There he is. And round the corner should be the other one.
the other one.
Adam Dennison!
Right,
We're supposed to be comedic.
Okay, two things I should point out, okay, so you can't actually make a player like Warshade in Mission Architect. So all you could do is either make the Black Dwarf or the Nova. So for this one, I actually made him dwarf. Adam Dennison actually features. He actually features in the Task Force Shuttlebreakers arc, where he's going to help you defeat the Circle of Thorns and break the hold that they have over 11 in that one. And in that one, I actually selected the Flying Squiddy, the Nova, for that one. But for this one, I was going to make it the dwarf, since it's obviously a bit more hardcore since we're taking on Arachnos. Now 11 here is actually martial arts fire blast.
Come on,
So he's actually got no defense whatsoever on this form. But it's because it was the only way I was actually going to have it, so that he could both do martial arts and throw fireballs. Because
Is
obviously,
he hero rank though?
yes.
Then
Well,
he
I
should
think
be
well,
okay.
I think he was boss. I did originally make them elite boss, but it made the mission far too easy.
Ah, fair enough.
Right, let's see what Mr. Dennison says.
I feel so totally safe. Right.
There he goes. Yeah.
There we go. What?
Alright. That was rough.
Made you look.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that because I actually mentioned in the video that Adam Dennison was one of my joke characters. Essentially, I think I was trying to essentially aim for a Warshade Deadpool.
Which is an awesome concept, actually.
Yeah, essentially the idea was that his mind was screwed up from the first mutual merger, because that's always the case. The first mutual merger for a Warshade was always sort of like kind of hard and traumatic. Well, it kind of basically screwed his mind up entirely. He was actually a normal. he was a normal person as Adam Dennison, as like Eleven's old friend. You're like a regular human being, you know, quite normal in conversation and quite serious in his outlook. But then when he became a warshade, then he just became crazy.
It would have been a Nictus at that time, because Nictus are the kind of aliens that are just gonna be all like, I mean,
he essentially he could talk very pious like, and also be very remorseful about his previous actions as a Nictus, even if he couldn't remember anything that he did. He knew that as a Nictus he must have done something horrible, and therefore was very pious-like and considerate to actually do good deeds. But in the other sense, he was also just a crazy motherfucker.
Fair enough.
So, you know, and was like, you know, quite...
All qualities I hold in high regard.
Right, now he was the one thing that narked me about some of the things that happened in Mission Architect with like subsequent updates. They got overzealous with not allowing you to use anything that remotely looked like a swear word, a sexual innuendo, or anything that was copyrighted.
They even got to the point where bum was bad.
Well, you see, you've got the problem, right? This is the character Black Scorpion, and yet you can't use the word Scorpion because it's trademarked by Warner Brothers, because you're referring to Scorpion as in the Mortal Kombat character. Despite the fact that one of the in-game characters is literally called Black Scorpion, but you can't call him that. It will refuse you to use it. So I had to actually call him by his real name, Ernesto Rodriguez.
That's kind of annoying. But
yes.
I got really pissed off because they censored out the word bum, and it censored out that when I was trying to make an arc with a fucking homeless guy as the contact, and I wanted to call him just a bum, like, you know, get out of the street, you bum. But I couldn't do that because it's swearing. So yeah.
Okay, do you want me to read out the clue for this mission? If it's not Arachnos, then who else was it? 11 walks up to the fallen Black Scorpion and grabs his head. I'm all ears, you better be all talk. Black Scorpion spits in 11's face. Pah! You're the one who should be answering to me, punk. 11 rips out some of the cabling and jams them together, creating short circuits, causing Black Scorpion to swerve in agony. I was that for small fry then, Junior. Now spill your guts out before I spill them for you. Where is your new power armor toy at now? Begins to laugh. Ha! So you're in the dark over this as much as we are. We did not build this armor, it also attacked us, you idiot. I've been trying to stop it from bettering my suit. Tell you what though, when I break out of the joint tomorrow, I'll leave you be. You'll be doing me a favour stopping whatever it is that's hacking up both Paragon and the Isles. 11 knocks him out and begins to walk away, visibly getting angry at the trail becoming cold.
That's actually quite interesting.
Spill your guts before I spill them for you.
Spill them all over the world.
He's an angry man is 11. That was his gimmick, he's always angry. He was just a miserable bastard.
That's like a hungry hippo, but with anger.
Yes.
The angry hippo.
See, that's the title of the mission as well. I'm going to hit them so hard his replacement's going to feel it.
Right. Do you want a banana?
I'm gonna fucking kill you, Mara.
Maury, don't bring this into a YouTube sort of video conversation.
Sorry, could not resist though.
I'll get all sorts of, like, you know, flame comments.
Sorry.
To be honest with you, I think we've already been flamed from the
if
last
I get
video.
flame comments because of that, Maury, I'm going to copy and paste them and I'm going to put them into an email in giant fonts and send them to you.
Lovely.
I'll be perfectly honest, if someone has managed to last an entire hour or an entire hour and a half of us, they are
You
an
mean
amazing...
you? I barely talk.
Ooh,
That was harsh.
yeah.
Sorry.
Bitch has brought her game all of a sudden. Where did that come from?
I always had game. Where was yours?
Ooh. Are we going to have a cat fight right here, right now? No, you won't stop.
No.
You'll keep cat fighting until I'll have to, you know, bring in your boyfriend and then punch him in the face, and then you'll be all like, no, and then Pius will probably fall in love with me.
Oh dear.
Okay.
What deluded world do you live in?
Good question.
Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not.
This mission in particular got heavily edited. It actually used to be an Arachnos map when Senshua Toku was part of Arachnos, but that soon changed with a recon of the story. And also the final boss was changed to one of my mastermind villains. It used to be someone else's mastermind who we'll not name, but we don't associate with him anymore. So that was the actual main reason for changing it. So we've got a cameo from 3 characters, 2 of my heroes. As you'll see there, it mentions Ironworks and Steelhouse, but we also have to rescue one of my stalkers, Senshua Toku, which was the arch nemesis for 11.
Wait, what the fuck? Are there heart arrows on the floor?
Yes, he's just shot the Valentine arrows, so now Bishop is running around with hearts.
Broken.
Bishop,
I only had 4.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Demons! Lots of demons!
Guy, you gave me the broken heart arrow.
Lots and lots of demons. Do you think you can guess which one of my masterminds is we're going to face here?
Ooh, that's
Let's see. The group is called Spawn of Mythics, so I guess.
Yeah.
The
11, are you doing it live?
We are recording right now, yes.
Yeah, sup?
We told you
Welcome to 20 minutes ago.
We told you that earlier, Moral, for fuck's sake.
I found a robot.
Sharp one is moral.
He's as sharp as a wooden spoon.
Thank you, I'll be here all week.
Ha. Oh, is that Steelhouse on moving there?
Yeah.
Yes, we've got our stabby scrapper with claws
Is
in
it a
him.
boom boom?
Hey, an Ironworks!
He doesn't.
Ironworks, any second now. Any.
There we go,
There we
yes.
go. Right.
There we go.
Alright.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I am Ironworks.
Iron Beat. I can roundhouse again.
Yeah, actually, that's the point. Yeah, Beat is probably more upset than anyone over the fact that issue 24 never got released with all the blaster changes and the new blaster set that was coming out, because what was Commander Beat supposed to be?
He was supposed to be an energy blast martial arts blaster, and issue 24 was going to bring about martial arts for blasters at last, as well as a lot of blaster buffs, which would have made the original Beast a lot more powerful anyway, so I would have had 2 of him. And then, well...
Yes, game got
they
cancelled.
said that if blasters were ever fixed, it would be the end of the game. And I never quite took them seriously.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I was looking forward. I mentioned in like the previous video, I was looking forward to the changes on people like. Well, Ironworks would have been nice as well, especially if he'd got IO'd out. Vanu was probably going to be the main beneficiary, even though it was a corruptor rather than a blaster. But a lot of the changes are going to carry over the corruptors and defenders as well. But
I'll be
yeah,
honest with you.
It wasn't really a blaster buff, but it was still a buff nonetheless.
yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of things coming in the next issue that was going to absolutely
Well, it was
recreate the game.
it was nicknamed.
Such a shame.
It was nicknamed Fixed Everything, essentially.
They actually had like over 20 pages of patch notes just fixing multiple fly stuff.
And then NC Soft walked in and went, "You've done so much work for us over the years and made us so much money. You're fired."
Yes, we're going to be down here.
Right.
Who summoned the Pea Fairy, by the way? The fucking little Rularoon pet that really annoys me because it looks like a Pea Fairy.
It is a pea monster.
It's not even a monster. Right, 11, can you just look at this thing for me, please?
I've just instigated the mob. 1 second.
Right, okay, well, after the
Yeah, just 1 second.
Yeah, Beats just come into the.
Moving on.
Okay, right, where is it? Where is the Pea Fairy? Right, look at that thing. That little tiny white and yellow thing that we got.
The wisp.
It's not yellow. It's
Down
only
here.
white.
It's got a bit of yellow in it.
It is. It's got the golden on it.
Well, yeah, it has, and all I'm saying
It's only
is...
power effects being.
Yeah, but
It's like a combination of purple, white, gold, and black, and
Look, all I'm saying is, wasn't that a loyalty pair? Wasn't that something that we got loyal to the game?
Yeah.
It was a right bitch stuff. It's
it
like
looks like it's made out of power effects for invulnerable. There's a lot of enemies in here.
I've just reduced them now with my judgments, so don't worry.
I'm just gonna do this. I love that. I love that judgment, must be said. Good old void judgment and its massive, awesome darkness.
Oh, I'd love to play an MMO where you could fight this many enemies at once.
On your own.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. I mean, as much as I can try and make a tanky version, like a similarly. Okay, let's go down the list. So I've made Bishop in Champions, and in theory, once he's kitted out, I should be able to take on similar sized mobs in Champions. But I need to figure out how you do that in Champions. But in theory, that is entirely possible. Although you can't actually get a mob bigger than essentially the equivalent of a team of 5. Because it's limited to a maximum of 5 in Champions as compared to weight. DC, not a chance. Not unless I actually go and really go mental with the ice powers. But that means, and that's the issue I've got with DC. I can get all sorts of powers to actually make it more Supermanish. But
Leaving this call now. See you, people.
okay, see you in a bit, Maury.
See you, Marl.
Cameo from Maury, everyone. Maury Lanty.
Yeah, random, but okay.
Yeah.
Bet you don't get that in other Let's Plays.
Yeah!
Random interjections from people that aren't even actually playing the game with you.
You do. I've seen them.
Oh, there we go. We rescued Sensual Tucker. Who's in his old costume? Did I not change that?
Apparently not.
He's in his old Arachnus costume. Oh well. Never mind. No, I can do about it now. Well, I could, but it's only going to last for 6 hours and nobody else is going to play it, so...
I want to see him. Oh.
He doesn't fight with us in this case. The idea is he's actually going to secure our way out, because we shouldn't be here. We are in the heart of Praetoria at the moment.
Which is a bad thing.
Hello.
Yeah, because Sensual Toku was going to be aligned with Tyrant, since he was going to be essentially the only thing that looked like he was going to achieve order, which is what he wanted. Until Tyrant basically decided, I'm going to destroy everyone, so Toku was like, fuck that, I'm getting out of here then. And he's going to continue wandering on until he finds someone else that's suitable for essentially enforcing a world of aura through tyranny.
Nice one.
Kill it. Kill it with fire.
It died.
And Steel House and Ironworks are still with us as well.
I see you go.
And I see your boss. In fact, I see Prince Bishop's brother.
No, no, fight
Dun
it.
dun dun.
Dun dun dun! Controversy!
Timing! Sorry, I just saw...
Yeah, you actually, you all do know that, don't you?
What? I just
Mythics
saw
and
the
Bishops
walk-up
were,
again.
Mythic and Bishop were brothers.
Yes!
That's a lot of text.
Mythics was like the evil dude. brother.
No, he wasn't so much evil Bishop from an alternative dimension, they were just literally brothers. It's just that Mythics actually looks like a sorcerer, which is what they were both intending to be, but essentially Bishop ended up like turning out to be more as he is, so I probably should have actually made him more archvillain, and I think I might actually make bump it up to archvillain for the final mission. You alright with that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, okay, so I'll be a quick detour back to the Ricky base after this one.
Have a go about the mission scaling and solo and stuff then.
Well, I mean, it's obviously scale. We're already scaling for 5, but I'm surprised it hasn't actually made.
Talking about it.
Oh yeah, I mean you can. Well, you might be better suited to talk about than me actually. Well, yeah. Essentially, if you were playing solo, yeah, you obviously just get few, and then as you increase your team size, so would the size of the mobs. But when you would run into sort of like named bosses, solo they would tend to be elite bosses, which were stronger than bosses, obviously. In smaller teams, it'd still be elite bosses, but in a full team, they're likely to be spawned as arch villains, which would be mega powerful. Load of hit points. It would require a massive team to deal with. There was like extreme scrapper builds that were able to solo AVs, but it would take stuff like 20 minutes, wouldn't it, to deal with?
I think the best times were like 9-10 minutes. To take
For
down
what?
solo.
Yeah. With
scrappers soloing an AV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With the quality of life update, I forget when it was. You were able to alter the difficulty, though, as you've seen in previous videos, where I've actually ran as Bishop as ×8, so the equivalent of being in the team of 8, even though it's just me on my own. And being able to say, I want to fight bosses or not, and I want to fight elite bosses or arch villains. So
Very handy for system. That's.
yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's in any other game.
yeah. You've never had that sort of scaling in any other MMO. I mean, Champions you can increase difficulty, but it doesn't increase mob size at all. So
So that system is very useful. I mean,
it's
to be
unique
honest with
and
you,
useful.
this
Yeah,
game has really spoiled us
yeah,
for things,
Yeah.
which is why it's a shame to see it go, because like after City of has obviously had this announcement and everything, I've been trying other things like DCU, Guild Wars, Champions, and all sorts, and there are so many things because of City of Heroes I now expect from other games that just aren't there.
yeah.
Like, you know, player-created content and, you know, certain style of chat systems and, you know, graphics and all of these things. I mean,
Character customization.
character customization, yes, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
Decent team size, nice UI.
And just the scalability based on the team as well, or the fact that, as I say, we're going to go to this contact here to choose whatever level we want, essentially. So, yeah, so you could choose, essentially, if you wanted to have everything. I've got it on +1, but it's even con for me because I've obviously got the Incarnate level shift for level 51. But you could make it like +4, which is the maximum you could go. The number of heroes equivalent to, so even if you're running on your own, you could have the mob at 8, as if you're in a team of 8, which is what I used to do with a lot of my really powerful characters. Do I want to fight bosses when solo? Because if you ran solo normally, you wouldn't run into bosses, you'd only run into minions and lieutenants, but you could say, no, I want to run into bosses as well. And then this one is, I'd like to fight arch villains at full strength and not as elite bosses, which is what we're going to do here for this final mission in the arc, given of who we're actually going to face.
Yay!
So we've gone through the clues. If it isn't obvious now who we're facing, it's Impervium Tower. Dun dun dun.
Hooray! Oh, wait. I'm a blaster!
Never mind. It's a good job that the guy that's leading the team is the guy that originally beat him in the first place, and was the only one that could beat him. Because he fucked over the rest of the Dunelm group, and then Bishop turned up and just said, yeah, I'm the Prince Bishop, bitch. Yeah, so the idea of the arc essentially was just to kind of introduce the Dunelm group, my characters, and also introduce a couple of my villains as well, a few of my villains. So we've had like Senshua Toku, Mythics, and obviously the final boss here is Impervium Tower as well. What I really like about this map as well, they finally let us have the Burning Forest map as well.
Fuck you, nature.
Well, actually, the way the story plays out, as it reads in the text here, essentially, Longbow came in with the fighter jets and like essentially carpet bombed the place in order to try and stop him, and that didn't do squat.
I like that idea. Impervium Tower is on the loose. What do we do? Napalm.
We throw carpets at him and hope he gets confused.
What?
And I tell you what I also what I really like and what I managed to set up on this. Okay, so you'll see here, there's two different enemies of mobs. So there's still demons from Mythics, but there's also Clockwork from Praetoria, because both factions are basically chasing after Impervium Tower. But obviously they're not friends with each other, so they're all at war. So you can leave them be and try and find Tower. Now Tower is not aligned with anyone, so he'll be in the middle of a mob and essentially will be smashing everything in sight. In fact, he's doing that right now because I can see the text saying target is... In fact, he's right in front of us. We don't have to go very far.
Awesome.
Doesn't that work out fantastic?
Wait, he's running away. Oh, no, he's coming back.
No, he's just running after targets.
Let's give him some more. Come here.
I'm gonna get ya.
It's the rematch, Prince Bishop versus Impervium Tower. But now he's got some friends.
Yeah.
And it's super friends.
Oh, I should have seen that coming.
And he's held.
Prince Bishop and super friends, let's all introduce them together. We got Isis. Who's a dumb?
I actually managed to use the costume file as well, which actually makes him huge. So he's still towering all over us at the moment. So.
He came down rather quickly.
Right, it's fired up.
I'm willing to bet the bishop can throw on him.
Right, then
We tried that once before, remember, B. It didn't work. So well, I wasn't going to go down, but then I wasn't really doing much to him either.
It was never ending.
Yes, it was never ending. Essentially, it would have gone on forever. We did try that once before. I believe that was the night we actually we put Spruck up against Bishop actually. Oh no, that was the time we put we did that in PvP, but then you also had like something like 1,000 Sprucks or something in an AE arc, all spawning gang war.
17 arch villains, where each of them could spawn up to 16 minions each. Just utter insanity.
Yeah, and I think Bishop still lasted something like a respectable 7 seconds.
Something like that.
Yeah, because there was that much debuff going around that he'd still be put down. Although that was before Incarnate, mind. But yeah.
We'll have to test it again.
We can't anymore. This is it. It's all. It's all done
There's
with.
still time. There's still time.
No clue with that one. So yeah, that's the Burning Forest then from one of the Vanguard arcs anyway. So, and that's it. That is that is Tower Demolition. My I suppose quote unquote my signature story arc, as it were.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our friends
Right.
in a game of stuff.
And all our fans, all 2 of them.
All 2 of our fans.
That's a bit like a bit highly.
Oh yeah, the one thing you did as well. When you did story arcs, you usually got well, you didn't literally see the item you were given, but it essentially alluded to the fact that you were given an item. But in MA, you were also able to write out an item you could hand out as well. So I think you've all got that as well, actually. Architect souvenirs. You should have an Impervium spike.
Let's have a look. Architect souvenir. Yeah, I do. I have 2 of them, in fact. Yeah.
I don't know why you've got 2 of them then.
Because I spiked him the most. Wait, what? No.
Yeah, I've got 2.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why you've got. I don't know why you got 2 anyway, but there you go. There was a lot of spikes in his head anyway, so I think there was more than enough to go around.
I'll have some.
You had to make a Disney joke and enrage all of the Titan network.
We've still got a lot more people to offend, so I'm just covering all my bases.
I'm pretty sure you could get through them pretty quickly.
Okay, if we're offending more people, we should offend next.
We'll make a list.
Alright, we'll make a list. It'll be lovely.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Alright, so yeah, that was my arc, and another look at Bishop in action, and boy am I going to miss him. Best version of Bishop I can create, until I can figure out how to build him in Champions, like, you know, equally awesome. Because he can be, I think, to be honest, he can work out pretty well in Champions. It's got some decent powers for might in Champions, as you said. DC, he's utter shit. I love brawling, and I love the combo effect in brawling and the way that works. But the fact that I've got to take everything ice and not put in heat vision, you know, frost breath. Essentially, I've got to take all the ice powers just to essentially keep him alive as a tank.
That is
it annoys the piss out of us.
It's really annoying because, like, I would play Champions if I didn't, like, have issues with the graphics and art style. But the thing is, while I can admit I like DC's, like, graphics and stuff and their combat, they have done quite a few things wrong. You know, like lightning for healing, ice for tanking, and all this crap. So what I kind of want is for maybe someone to look at Champions and to look at DC and basically fuse them together and make something proper out of it.
Obviously, this is the whole point of the videos I've been making, the series. It actually says in the description that I'm hoping that game companies, whether it's people at DC and, well, I mean, a lot of people at Cryptic already know what City of did, because obviously Cryptic were involved in City of at one point. I'm actually just going over to the Ricky Mothership just to put that on film one last time, actually. So in the zone.
While you do that, amigo, pass out.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming along then, Ryan, anyway, and getting involved.
No worries. Later, guys, and later, YouTube. I'm now going to crash and light everything.
Okay.
And I'm hosting this call, so that's made it all.
Can you hold off for a little bit then?
Yes, no worries.
Yeah.
I'll just
just probably final thoughts. But I was going to say that the whole point of these videos was hopefully that, you know, other game companies would look at these videos and see, okay, well, this is what they enjoyed, this is what they liked and appreciate, and this is what they kind of expect as well in their games, really. So let's see about actually putting them in. So I'm hoping that's the case as well. But there we go.
I'll just make a note. Freedom of customization of every aspect of a character. Let the player decide if something can be done.
Yes.
Or customization wise.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, you look at Bishop and what I might not have been going through the powers at a decent damage rotation, where a lot of people like to go for in on MMOs and whatnot. But I mean, really speaking, that's not what I was looking for. I was just looking for power sets that like fit the theme essentially of the character. That was the point of it. As long as I had access to the powers, I would use them every so often if I felt just the need to use it. It might not be part of a solid rotation, but it's the fact that I had the power and say that yes, that character would have that power. Essentially, it made sense for them to have that power. That you know, City of allowed me to have that because all those powers were available there in some fashion, whether it was part of the super strength set or temp power or stuff from Incarnate, whatever. Ancillary power, the lot. You know, at least I had the choice there of the powers. So DC, I'm restrictive. Champions is a little bit better because it's also got a tray, but it's also still limited. But I've managed to get a decent looking, decent representation anyway.
There's no MMO out there like this one.
No,
there never will be.
Oh, so there we go.
Unless...
That I think that pretty much, you know, settles it. I mean, I'll be obviously. There's 2 more videos I'm going to do on YouTube. I'm going to do a quick run through of a mission on my own, And then there'll obviously be the final shutdown tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, which will be like obviously final thoughts and whatnot, which might be me on my own, but it's a chance for everyone here to say, yeah, there's no other game like this, and we're all very sad to see it go. So
we love the developers who have kept it going for so long.
Gave us amazing content.
Yeah, gave us amazing content and just enriched our lives with.
Gave us the ability to come up with character concepts that we came up with, whether we RP'd them or not, to allow us to, essentially, feed the creativity.
Not only that, but I would also like to say that this game has the greatest community I have ever seen. And without it, I wouldn't be able to have this conversation, record this, and have all my friends here with me right now. Greatest community I've ever had in an MMO.
This is just the right kind of community. I mean, just even look at the Save COH movement. People didn't swear at the devs, just hate everything. Well, most of them.
Bought them dinner.
Yeah, they banded together, organized, and fought for a common cause.
And lost.
Yeah, but never mind. Hopefully, we might see a spiritual successor. I mean, I said the other night there was the rumor going around that they might sell it after it's been shut down. We just don't know. We'll just see what the future holds. But there we go. Like I say, I'll give my own. I'll probably talk some more about my own thoughts before the game's shut down in the video I'll be doing on my own at the moment of it shut down. But there we go. So. I think we'll sign it off there anyway, guys. So thanks for joining us for the 2 videos and the arcs. And there we go. So this is at 11, and Dr. Joe's Horse signing off. Give everyone else a chance to say bye as well.
Toodle Pip from At Beat.
See ya from At Night.
Night, guys, from Queen of the Pixies.
Sayonara from Rye.
Right. And couple more videos, but otherwise I'll see you all later.